right,
Let's go to Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Kanchelskis, yeah.
Chelsea. All right, so far, there's rumors of a lot of different things. Clearly, the ones that have been confirmed so far, Raheem Sterling going to be there for 56 mil, and of course, this is in U.S. dollars. Koulibaly, 38 million. Losing Lukaku on a loan. Rudiger, now apparently Timo Werner as well.
Christensen as well.
Christensen. I mean, there's a lot of players being lost out on transfer. Chelsea. I've kind of said my piece on them already. Got a lot of heat.
Previous video, yeah. Okay.
Got a lot of heat. But what do you think about Chelsea? Are they a team that you should be concerned about?
I think that, not to give it too much away for my later spoilers, but I definitely think that one of the team that probably should be most concerned heading into the season is Chelsea. And not necessarily because they don't have talent, because I think their talent is still, or their squad is still super talented with, Mason Mount, Kai Havertz, Reece James, Edward Mendy in goal. I think they have a ton of talent. It's just, I'm not sure that they have done enough in the transfer market, especially losing someone like Rudiger and Christensen.
Yeah.
I think Koulibaly is obviously a really good signing, but I don't know if defensively they're going to be as good as they were last season. And Lukaku obviously didn't light the world on fire last season for them, but I still am not sure, even with bringing in Sterling, who is a good player, but as an out-and-out goal scorer, I feel like there are definite question marks about him.
Yeah.
So I just don't know if they're going to have enough pure goals in Kai Havertz, and maybe if Timo Werner has a revival under him, which I don't know, doesn't look likely, especially considering there's a lot of rumors considering also him leaving, which would be very interesting. But unless like Pulisic and Havertz like really step up, well, I think Havertz could have a really good season, but I just don't see enough goals in this team guaranteed to really push them to where they probably think they should be, which is like contending for the title. But I'm just not sure if it's in the cards for them this season.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with them right now. Again, there's rumors of Cucurella also becoming an Arsenal player, a steal for after Barcelona took all their players. They're going to take a couple of Man City players now. And I agree with you there. I just think that there's situations when you look at Chelsea squad. I'm worried a little bit about an aging midfield as well. You got N'Golo Kante getting up there in age, 31 years old at the current moment, getting a little bit older. Kovacic, 28, not too bad there. But then you of course bring in Conor Gallagher. Does he play a lot? I mean, what's his role for them? I'm concerned more so in the midfield as well. I just think that this is a team that, again, gave away too much young talent to the loan system, let these players go, and never gave them an opportunity. And it's coming to bite them in the butt as some of these players are starting to age in certain areas. And in order to contend in this league, you obviously need goal scoring, especially when the likes of Liverpool and Man City are your top primary competitors. We look at the goal difference with MEPM. It's huge. It's not small. It's, I believe, almost 20 goals difference between the top two versus three. So, I mean, what do you make of their midfield?
I think their midfield is definitely questionable. I think Mason Mount, if he starts the midfield, obviously he's great. Conte, whenever he's healthy, like even though he's might be getting a little bit up there at 31, I still think that he's probably one of the best midfielders, defensive-minded or box-to-box mids in the world in his day. Jorginho, definite question marks. Not necessarily around the talent, because we know he's a good player, but it's just how long can he, be the heartbeat of the team, especially when he wants to link up play and go forward.
Yeah.
And I think you bring up a pretty good point about the young players and how much impact they want to have, especially when like guys like Armando Baraja lit up the league last season, or not lit up, I guess that's a bit of a stretch, but like he showed really good spurts last season at Southampton. Could he have been one of the guys to come in and really like take a starting, or not, maybe not starter for Kai Havertz, but really like make his impact on the team, whether that's in a bench role or a rotational role or whatnot. And then same with Conor Gallagher, who I think was very good at Crystal Palace last season in a box going forward role. And I feel like it's been interesting for this preseason because I've seen Chelsea fans saying that he's been playing a little bit more of like a defensive-minded center mid role instead of what he usually did last season at Crystal Palace, which was get forward and score goals. So I don't think that he necessarily is getting the best end of this, where I think that maybe selling him on probably would have been a better move. But I think he's such an immense talent that if he does get the keys to maybe play in front of an N'Golo Kante with a Jorginho, that he could really be one of the people to like take their midfield to the next level.
Yeah.
But other than that, I would agree with you. I think their midfield, they could definitely do the midfield and then a forward, in my opinion, as well.
Yeah, forward for sure, and it depends on who they're going to sign. Of course, they got a couple guys out on loan, a couple guys that they've sold with option to buy back. To Abraham, I believe, has that option, but Do you think they'd spend the money to get Abraham back?
I mean, I think they probably should, but at this point, I feel like that ship has sailed.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. So let us know in the comment section down below. Chelsea, how do you see them going forward? Do you have high hopes, or are you concerned with the way that Chelsea has had this off season?